Hi, I'm Daniel, and in this video I'm going to walk through the onboarding process to set up an account and get started with MailOver.ai. Let's head to our website, and you can simply click on Start for Free, and you will be led to our sign up page. And here you can choose how you want to sign up, either via Apple or via Google, or just you want to create your own account with some specific password. I'll go with the Gmail this time. Let's just pick one. The account is now created and we are now in onboarding process. Here we should onboard our AI secretary, maybe by sharing some things that matter to us and how we want our inbox to be sorted. So let's start. The first question is, what matters to you? Tell your AI secretary about the topics and people you care about to make sure you never miss an important communication. For example, if there are some important topics that you always want an action item, or you want to always review some type of emails. For examples could be, hey, anything about subscription renewals. I want to be reminded about, or if there are any communication from government communication about my taxes or about anything else, or if there are any doctor appointments, updates I want to be reminded about. I want to have an action item that later I can check. Or if there are some people that maybe it's an important client that you have. For example, you can say Daniel, my client. Or if you are communicating with someone at your company, you can say, hey, David, my boss, and so on and so forth. So you can share the more topics, more people, so your AI secretary basically knows who matters to you. You can later change this in the settings. Let's go to the next one. The next step is about categories. And so as you may know, MailOver will categorize items in 3 buckets: actions, highlights, and FYIs. But you can disable some of these buckets if you don't care about them, or if you are only using this for private. For example, you might not care about project updates or team updates if it's only personal account. Or you can even add a new category to your highlights or to your FYIs, and or disable anything in your FYI part. For example, I wanna have a specific bucket about tech news, and let's set a description for it. Any technology news should land here, land in this bucket. And you can give it a color and maybe an icon if you like. I don't see a newspaper here. Let's put, I don't know, this one, and create. And now the tech news will be a category set in your highlight section. Let's move on to the next. So this is about marking emails as read. So as you receive emails and your AI secretary processes them, you can decide that those emails will be marked as read in your official inbox. If it was Outlook, Gmail, they can be marked as read there, but you will have an option to, you will always, regardless of this setting, you will always see the new emails in your new inbox, basically in MailOver. So this is up to you. If you don't like that, so the problem here could be that, hey, you are still using Gmail and Outlook a lot and your tasks are there, you're not fully switched to MailOver. So in that case, I will turn this off so you get notified, or you at least see the new emails that you are receiving. Otherwise, the emails will be automatically marked as read. But the benefit here is also, hey, if the whole point of MailOver is so your secretary reads your emails. So that's on you. Depending on your workflow, you can decide if emails should be automatically marked as read once they are categorized and summarized in your MailOver inbox. So I would turn this on for most folks. And the last part is about what language you like the AI secretary to communicate with you in terms of title and summaries that it creates. And also when you chat with it, you can select an array of languages. We have a lot of them. This part is about notification, and the notifications are mostly about every time that you have a new action item, not a new email, you will get notified about it. And or if you have a deadline approaching, you will get some reminders about those action items. And also if you have a daily briefing scheduled, you will also get a notification in only those 3 cases. So I would enable it here, and that's it. So let's start using it. And now that everything is set up, now you can safely connect the email that you want, the Gmail account basically. I would connect this one. And sometimes it asks you for permissions. Since I have already gave the permissions, you will see some empty checkboxes that you need to check for these 3 permissions. But I've already given it, so it's not appearing here. Yes, that's it. And everything is connected. As you can see, we recognize one unread email, and you can decide to process it. You can just click on process, but here we will ask you how far back we should go when processing emails. You can say, hey, only last month. I don't go really that deep, or you can even say all times if you want. If you have thousands of unread emails and you want all of them to be processed to see what they are, you can select that. But for most folks, last month, I think, is the correct choice. And then you start, and your AI secretary will start processing your unread emails and will categorize them in these 3 buckets. We see we already have one. It's security. Probably this was the only email that was unread because we just connected our Gmail account and Google sent us a security email that MailOver granted access to your Gmail account. And that's it. Now the email is processed, no new emails. Now you can even have access to your normal inbox via this view. You can, I don't know, see your sent items. You can open these emails directly here, or you can also go back to your default view and get used to this new view that things will be categorized here. As you see, there is a new notification. It's a message from me. You can directly communicate with me if you have an idea, if you found a bug, or if you just simply have a question, just send it over. Hey Daniel, how are you? As simple as that. So you can directly communicate with me. I will see these emails, I will see these messages, and I will get an email and I will try to answer the same day. I would say that's it. There are a few shortcuts I can talk about. You can compose an email with C. You see there is this, just press C and this compose panel will pop up. Or when you are in an email, you can open, and if you want to reply, you can simply click this button, reply, or just click R for the reply button to be clicked, or you can click escape. You saw I clicked escape to close that view, and also again escape to close the second view. And these are some of the shortcuts that we have. You can also obviously talk to your AI secretary, but hey, we have 3 characters. You can, depending on what you like, you can select one. I will go with the Sam and ask any questions about sending emails. You can even send emails from here. You can say, hey, send an email to Daniel and ask for help. Let's see what will happen. So the AI will start drafting an email for you with the little context that we gave it. Just ask for help. Let's see what we will have. Yeah, an email is drafted. You can edit it and or just delete it as you wish. And that's also the secretary panel. The last part I wanted to talk about maybe is the settings. You can obviously change some settings here. If you don't like timestamp to be shown on an item, I would keep it on by default. Or if you want some accessibility options to read something aloud, like a speaker comes up when this one is enabled. Or some batch actions if you have some preference. What happened when you do some archiving in your actions view, or you're doing some deleting, what happens. Other setting options that we have available is secretary preferences. Here you can change your language or enable a daily briefing. So every morning or whatever hour you like, you get a briefing about your inbox. And you can teach lessons to your secretary about whatever you want. For example, any message from Daniel needs to be an action item for me, or this could be an example. Another setting could be email management. Here you can set all the settings, that some of them that we already discussed in onboarding, like marking something as read in your primary inboxes like Gmail and Outlook. The next one is about setting that email processing, how far back we should go for reading unread emails, and other email behavior, like when an FYI is created out of an email, so you can ask AI to automatically archive that email in your primary inbox, for example. Or if an action item is completed by default, that email, when you check done, that email is archived. Or if you're deleting something in your MailOver, that equivalent email will also be marked as deleted in your main inbox. You can also block some senders if you really don't like getting emails from some specific senders. You can manage your folders if you have an Outlook account or with an email provider that allows you to create some folders. The next one is email retention. It's about how long you like your emails to be kept on MailOver. The maximum is 90 days. The items will stay, but the emails that are synced in database, just for security reasons, we decide to delete them. But those emails will obviously stay in your main provider inboxes, Gmail, Outlook, whatever you have. And then we have these email categories that we discussed also, that you can disable and enable if you want, or add some custom ones. Same for highlights, that you can also adjust. You can also manage your notifications, turn off the ones that you don't like or care about. And also some privacy settings, like setting some private addresses. These addresses will never, if you receive an email from a list of email addresses that you put here, it will never be processed by AI, so it will stay unread. Same for keywords. If you have some keywords in an email, you can also filter like that, so AI will not get access to an email that has a certain keyword in it. You can also see your credits. When you sign up, you get 60 credits as free, and every day you get 20 more. So by the end of 7 days, I would say you have probably more than 100 credits. So I would say it's enough for you to get started, to get a feel of the whole app. You can also buy credits directly here if you don't want to, get a subscription immediately. You want to just see how good it is. You can just buy one of our packages if you like. And yeah, these are some details about your subscription plan, and obviously you can also upgrade your plan if you're already seeing some value, and that's easily led to this page. And that also, once you select one, it goes to the Stripe. And basically I would say that's it. Let's go back again to our account and So there were no action items that were already in my account. So you see here is empty. Thanks everybody for watching. See you next time.